Gary Cementelli here, G&G. Gil and I are back.
With Millie. Millie.
There's Millie.
There's Millie.
We're back. It's the 2016 Women's World Cup in Beijing, South Korea. And the United States team is playing Pakistan today. And we'd like to thank AJ Crash Richards for women. What is it?
Women belong in baseball.
Women belong in baseball.
It says it on your shirt right there, Gary.
Women belong in baseball. And you can catch the Facebook here. And it supports women in baseball, such as great events like this. The United States are playing Pakistan. And we've got Sarah Tobias on the mound. We're back. We're a little rusty, but we're going to see some baseball.
Show that shirt again. Thank you, AJ. You can get your shirt if you contact AJ Crash Richards on Facebook.
Is there anything on the back?
And her Facebook page is Women Belong in Baseball. And you can go ahead and get your own shirt and support those women. They're going through the lineup now, I believe, Gary.
Okay.
Brittany Gomez.
Just get shut up.
Right fielder, Kelly Whitmore. These are
Kelsey Whitmore.
First inning.
We're going to be here.
Inning. Number 1, first baseman, Mariam Asid.
Mariam Asid.
Marnasine leading it off against Sarah Tobias. It is the United States' 4th game of the World Cup 2016 here in Beijing, South Korea. This is her first time as a member of Team USA.
She's from Brooklyn, New York, Gary.
Saw her pitch about a year ago, and she's got some good stuff. A fine young pitcher, one of the youngest members of the team, and quick strikeout there. 3 pitches. Yeah, she throws hard. She's tall. She's blonde, and this is her first outing for Team USA. It did not go well, Gil, as the second batter, Zebra Man, stepping in.
Zeba Man.
Steps in for Pakistan. Yes, it didn't go well for Team USA in game number 3, losing 10-2 to Australia, and that eliminated them from medal contention. They are playing now in the consolation round, and they are shocked as anybody. This has never happened to the United States since the World Cup started in 2004. There's no coverage, a lot of coverage on YouTube we've been seeing, so we took some time off. But for these consolation games, Gil, there's no television coverage, so we're back to a little tape delayed on
YouTube.
Don't Sweat Me Man on YouTube.
Right.
And we're going to be we're kind of excited about that. Of course, we'd rather be playing the likes of Korea today, and then of course there'll be Venezuela and Japan. Another quick strikeout.
And we did pick a different view.
Yeah, how's it look?
Because, well, the seating up there, for those of you at home, there's nets, bars, and you're actually above the game, and it's not very good. It's not comfortable, actually.
Yeah, you're looking through nets. It's not the greatest. As
I think we should go all the way down to the end.
Iram steps up. Idam steps up for the Pakistani. This is a new outfit. They've really just begun baseball. They're very a novice team. USA, of course, a huge favorite.
And you can catch their celebration of the first out they ever made on. Also, you can catch that on Twitter, on the women's WBSC Twitter feed. And they threw the ball in the air and started celebrating after 1 out, and pretty much it was a representation of the newfound freedom that they're capable of enjoying now in Pakistan as women.
Well, this consolation game, not a big crowd. We've had great crowds the first 3 games.
Well, we got a lot of crickets here today.
Yeah, we're in left. We're going to probably move it over as we get to the bottom of the first. And, instead of 7 cameras, you lose. It's back to 1 camera, guys. So I had a couple apples from the cart out front of our condo,
and there were some really good apples.
Yeah, delicious. I'm gonna do the 1 apple a day the rest of this trip.
An apple a day.
We're all
the doctor
losing
away.
Weight. We're eating our noodle soups. staying away from
On ball to Tobias.
Put it in play, and that's going to do it here in the top of the first. It's USA and Pakistan. Faraya Nayeb on the mound for Pakistan, facing Brittany Gomez, the center fielder for Team USA. She's had a pretty good series at the plate. She's walked a few times. She was on base on the big home run United States had in their big win, what we thought was a big win, a win that we thought was going to catapult them into the next round, the medal rounds.
And that would be against Chinese Taipei.
Chinese Taipei, a 2-1 win.
Who actually won our pool play despite the fact that we beat them.
Yeah, what happened was
they loaded up the brackets in order for Korea to have an easy way into the super rounds. So they put the number 1 and number 4 and number 2 and number 3 teams in the same bracket and placed one whole bracket without any ranked teams, allowing Korea to move through quickly. And what happened was the worst thing that could happen in our case. We got eliminated based on runs.
Yeah, run differential.
Run differential.
Jade Cortez, the batter, she pitched very well against Australia. Unfortunately, she didn't get enough innings in there. She only gave up 1 run, and that one was kind of controversial because it was kind of a phantom balk call. We watched it on the telecast later on that night, and Gil, that was not a balk. Simple as that. I don't know what happened there.
They brought her in to pitch from the shortstop position against the number 3 team in the world, and she did okay.
This is lifted and back at third base.
Not exactly sure why they took her out.
Shortstop makes the play, but nobody was covering the bag, and Gomez gets to third base. She tags up from second on the pop-up to short left field.
And Jade continues to pull the ball.
That was Ghani
She needs to look
Ziada.
to make an adjustment soon, or she may find herself sitting.
This is Megan Baltzel, who had a big 2-run home run in the 2-1 win over Chinese Taipei. That game being played on Sunday here in South Korea. We're a day ahead. United States, well, they're behind us right now, so I'm a little older here. I'm a day older here
You sure are.
when I'm here in South Korea.
You made it for another day.
Petzl swinging.
There's another pop-up.
And another pop-up. This one probably will
Drop.
Baltzel will stay at first. It's an RBI single. United States leads 1-0. They are heavy favorites here against a very novice international team in Pakistan. This has the most teams ever played in World Cup competition. As Malaika Underwood steps up to the plate. Underwood had a big triple against Australia to lead things, to get things going for the United States. 1-0. It's okay, Mel. What do you want? Don't want some of that. What? Oh, she was going to open it for you.
Oh.
They take a 1-0 lead. She gets to third. Unfortunately, Holmesy pops up. United States falls behind 3-1 in a tough inning. Kelsey Whitmore pitching the first inning against Australia. Then Jade Cortez came in, gave up 1 run in the next 3 innings. In the 5th inning, kind of all exploded as Stacey Piagno came in. She gave up 4 runs. Meg gave up 2 runs and ended up a 10-2 game. The United States had to win that. The United States could have afforded to lose that game by 4 runs, and they would have advanced to the, what do they call the next round? The power?
Super round.
The super round, which will lead to the medal round. Without getting into the super, there's no medal. So there will be no medal. Let's don't be mistaken here. The United States could win the next 4 games. It will not do any good as far as winning a medal.
They could be 6-1 though.
6-1, not bad, but they wouldn't even rank in the top 6 in this tournament by not advancing to the super round. So a lot of negative stuff, but we got to get over it.
You know what,
we
Gary?
Get past it.
As usual, it's a good thing for women's baseball.
Well,
for everybody outside of the U.S.
Well, it shows that the United States isn't dominating. They're not winning at all. And, you know, you come in with a good game. You know, you got to play the games. But so, Batzel stealing third base pretty easily there. A few changes in the United States lineup. We're out here pretty much by ourselves. A few gentlemen behind us.
Like 'em?
We're in left center field. 3 balls, 1 strike to longtime USA team member Tamara Holmes from Oakland, California. She's a firefighter.
She looks
Also
like
a
she came in
cross-trainer.
great shape as well.
Smashes one to third. Step on the base.
Yeah, but there's not a force.
There is no force, so the United States will get a run, and yeah, the third baseman there.
Got confused.
She's got to make that play right away to home plate. United States with an early 2-0 lead, and it's Kelsey Whitmore batting here. Whitmore did not bat in the game against Australia, and I was a little puzzled by that. Kelsey's been hitting good through their scrimmage games, and here in South Korea.
Yeah, they also DH for her, right?
They DH. She started the game on the mound. She was DH for when they took her out. That was pretty much it for her. And after that first inning, the United States really not getting into the game. They didn't notch a base hit after the first inning. So you know you got to hit the ball. They weren't able to keep pace with Australia, and unfortunately, you're 2-1. And you're not going to have any chance at any kind of a medal. And that's unfortunate for Team USA, which brings G&G back. We're back. Beautiful complex here. Dream complex here in Beijing. Kelsey walks, and this is what you're going to see. This is what happens when you got one of the elite teams in the country being bounced out of a super round, and now you're playing one of the novice teams, and kind of would be like, you know, the United States.
Be like Korea.
Basketball.
It'd be like Korea
team.
this morning in the super round playing against Taipei.
Yeah.
And Korea's going to continue to get crushed in that super round. Because of the way the bracket was manipulated, they got through, and every one of their games is going to be bad news for them. It's going to be just like the one we're doing right now.
So some hometown considerations for the team, but I will tell you, Korea's done a fantastic job. These are great facilities here. The coverage on YouTube has been tremendous. Unfortunately, the United States will not be covered. We'll have that live stream anymore, which we were seeing, the multi-camera production, and a great job. A great job they were doing. They let us kind of sit back and enjoy the game. We didn't really have to do the games anymore, and I was pretty pumped up during that Chinese Taipei game. I mean, that was really what's going to end up being the highlight of the 2016 World Cup for Team USA. I mean, you come here and you're expecting the United States to most likely play the Japanese team twice, get a crack at the world champions. They have great rivalries against Canada. You also see Venezuela in there, and we're not going to get a chance to do it.
Just Jessica Iwata?
That was Iwata who walks, and that walks in Malika Underwood, and now it's 3-0. Team USA leading here. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Pakistan in green, United States all in white.
You got Shelby Estacado.
Shelby Estacado.
She's making her
right here.
U.S. Debut this World Cup.
Estacado facing Farah Nayab from Pakistan.
Where's Estacado from?
We're able to watch the Korean Chinese Taipei right in our condo today. Grounder to short. It is bobbled and it's safe all around for Team USA, who now takes a 4-0 lead. It is the United States and Pakistan, and it's Millie and Gil and Gary as we kind of shocked here.
We got AJ Hamilton.
Hamilton
catcher.
steps in. She's a catcher.
Getting the start today in this fantastic matchup against the Pakistan women or girls.
Seems like some of them are girls, maybe a couple of women. All synthetic outfield and infield, except for the patches around the bases and the pitcher's mound in the home plate area. But this is the thing where when you see a fly ball to the outfield, you're just rooting for that player for Pakistan to make a play here. You know, you just want to see them try to at least make the routine plays. You don't want to see this inning go on forever and ever and ever. We're trying to at least get part of this game, if not all of it. And we'll be back tomorrow, and would definitely be a more competitive game against the Netherlands, who've made great strides in the last couple of years in their international women's team.
Yeah, they actually have one win now this World Cup.
They've had a win, and they had a great game today against Cuba, losing in a tiebreaker 9-8. They put runners at first and second in extra innings. The Netherlands scored 2 runs, and Cuba scored 3. So the United States should have 2 competitive games in the next 3 after this one. They'll play India, which will not be a competitive game, but they may be competitive games against the Netherlands and Cuba, and another walk. Hamilton with an RBI, and the United States now leads at 5-0. Where were these runs against Australia?
Easy, Gary.
I know. So easy.
We didn't need runs. We just needed play defense.
Well, we were expecting
This
Cortez to start that game. It didn't happen. Kelsey started it. I think it may have been a last-minute decision. We were curious about what happened there.
Who knows?
And then in the second inning, Jade comes in down 3-0, and like I said, she pitched a pretty good ball through 2 scoreless innings, and then found herself back at shortstop in the 5th inning. And you got to give Australia a lot of credit. They put the bat on the ball. They didn't try to do too much. They were able to hit Stacey Piagno's, knuckle curveball, her fastball, and they did a good job. I mean, you gotta bow down.
It's kind of a tough spot for Stacey. She's coming off a 1 day's rest.
That's true.
1 day. She's been on the plane, the flight, the time zone. Everything, 3rd day here, everything catching up to her with 1 day's rest pitching. I mean, that's a lot to ask in that situation of anybody.
Against a good hitting team, she did pitch 3 flawless innings against Hong Kong to start things off.
Right.
On
right off
Saturday.
the plane. Right, and right off the plane.
Right
and
off
then
the plane.
1 day's rest, you're back in the heat of battle against the number 3 team in the world. That's a heavy bill there. I think a couple more days rest would have did her better. Especially yesterday's day off. We all could have caught up on sleep.
The confusing part was a lot of folks, including some of the players, and maybe even some of the coaches for the USA, did not have an answer whether the United States would still be advancing.
Oh, man.
And then as we found out after the game, many people knew, especially the people who were kind of running the tournament, knew that the magic number was 5. That the United States had to. They basically had to win. They could have lost that game by 4 runs. So they basically had like a plus 4.5 going into it.
So you're saying in Vegas the spread was 4.5?
It would have been 4.5. So if the United States loses that game by 4, even with the win, Australia would have been here in the consolation round instead of the United States. All right, do you get that? Off the pitcher's glove, and that should be a base hit. Everybody's safe. And the United States continuing to score here in the bottom of the first inning. Only 1 out.
Only 1 out, and the only player on the team to make the out is coming up to bat.
So that was Gomez with the infield hit, and Jade Gutierrez, who she popped out, but it was a
good pop-up.
It was advanced to third base by Gomez on the pop-up. Jade looking to hit one long. She's got the power to put one out of here. I'd like to see that right now. Has to supply a lot of her own power, not a lot of velocity by young Farah Nayab.
What do you think she's throwing, 50?
Could be. I don't know, we should be talking kilometers. Maybe like 85, 90 kilometers? I don't know. I'm confused on the kilometers thing. I know Jade was getting it close to 130 kilometers, and that's probably the highest in the tournament for any team. They're going to call the high strike on Jade.
They sure are.
Count is 1 and 2.
Wow, it's almost a crime to make 2 outs in 1 inning, isn't it?
The thing is, the ump's going to open up the strike zone. I mean, she wants to get out of this first inning some way, so she's got to open it up. And the batters better realize that. Pitch on its way. Swings. It's driven into center field and to the gap. 1 runner's in. 2 runs are in. Gomez turns third base and scores. It'll be a 3-run triple for Jade Gutierrez. United States 9-0 here. 1 out
Number 3, first name hitter.
in the first inning. And this was expected. If we leave early, we're not really sure. We will definitely join you tomorrow. We're all tape delayed, so you'll get this eventually. And I know we'll have a more competitive game. Another pup-up. And that's, she's had the pup-up problems. Megan has. That's an out. Megan Batzel, who had that glorious home run in Game 2, has struggled since then.
4번타자 일루수 말라이카 언더우드. Number 4, first baseman Malaika Underwood.
Malika Underwood walked her first at bat. Malika's got to be very disappointed not getting a shot at the medal. She's won bronze and silvers and gold at the World Cups, and not getting any kind of medal at all has got to be quite a disappointment for the great veteran.
Looks like Sarah's getting some more throws to stay warm.
Yeah.
Is that new? Make sure your pitcher's warm before she pitches? Is that a
Seems to be a
new
Japanese
thing? Or
I don't know.
what is that? I'm confused.
Well, she may be. Ball is popped into short right field, and it is a fair ball and a base hit. And another run for Team USA as Jade crosses the plate. It is now 10-0, Team USA.
Now up,
Number 5, left fielder Tamara Holmes.
the mighty Tamara Holmes. I like how they say her name, Tamara Holmes.
She played with the Silver Bullets.
She sure did. Coached by
many years
Negro, right?
ago. I believe so, right.
Both brothers.
This ball is foul back.
All right.
Kind of a light gray sky, very overcast. A very light crowd here. Every field is really tremendous here. They all kind of look like a main field.
We're getting a little bit of sprinkles too.
Tamara, pups one.
It's gone. That's gone.
Over the fence, way out of here. I lost that one in the
Wow.
a home run that went way over everything.
It went over
way
our
the
heads.
Stands. And Tamara Holmes
It may have hit a car or a bus or a
has
plane.
a home run. That was a shock.
Where's the ball?
Blow.
Go get it. Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball.
We'll try to get that ball back to Tamara Holmes. I don't know if that is the ball. The ball went out of the park. I'm not sure if that is the ball. I think the ball went over the stands, Gil.
Number 6.
So we'll have to see what happens there.
Millie trying to get the ball. The girl don't want to.
All right, we'll see what happens there. That may not be the ball because that ball went way out of here. We're sitting in left field.
And we are back, and Millie successfully got Tamara the ball.
These aren't the greatest balls.
Let me see.
The kind of the plastic.
Here and there's the ball right there. Oh, that's the mark she put on it. I'm gonna put it in the bag.
Well, we got the ball. Thanks, Millie, and I'm sure
Thanks, Millie.
Tamara's
Give it to her
gonna
and
love
she'll
that.
be happy.
That ball was smoked.
She don't want to give it to me.
I know.
Well, she's
Very nice of her to give it to you, though.
The coach told her.
He didn't. I don't think she realized that you were going to give it back to the batter.
Right, I don't think she did.
Pop up to the infield, caught by the third baseman, and that's going to do it. Tamara Holmes in the United States leads it 12-0
That was a 30-minute
after
inning.
one. Equala leads it off for Pakistan against Sarah Tobias, who she got some bullpen action.
Did she just
during
throw a
that half hour.
curveball? Did she really just throw a curveball?
Maybe.
Come on. Just throw fastballs and let's get out of here.
2-0.
Doing.
Outside 3-0.
Who's calling this one?
Yeah, Tobias was in the bullpen because the United States was up there for about 30 minutes and felt a little rusty, I think, on the bench. Threw a few to the backup today, which is Anna Kimbrell. Hamilton behind the plate. This is her first start. A walk for Pakistan. They get their first runner on base, and they're happy about that. Well, Tobias sat there for a while, so you know she'll be okay.
Here, tell Mom. Jade hit a triple. Here.
How are you texting?
Samnia, the batter for Pakistan.
The USA-Australia game has almost 30,000 views.
What are you saying, Gil? A lot of views for the Team USA Australian game. 3,000 views saw the United States play one of their worst all-time world events in women's baseball, unfortunately. But great coverage. ESPN is covering it in Australia. Australian ESPN, we're getting great coverage here on YouTube as they piggyback off a tremendous production team in from South Korea, and they got signs and flags and banners everywhere, it seems, in this in like maybe a 50-mile radius of this field. They really love baseball. You turn on the television and there's baseball all over it. You know, they got their professional teams on, their men's teams, their women's team that's participating here. They were on national TV today in their loss against Chinese Taipei, and unfortunately, the United States will not be part of all the pageantry, which is going to be culminating this weekend here, because it's going to be pretty exciting. And
That's
Stella
another
walking
walk.
the first two Pakistan batters here in the top of the first. Hamilton out to the mound to discuss things with the young Tobias.
Hand me those. I'll munch on those. They're gone?
I thought you didn't like them.
Whoops.
Here, these are better.
I'll take some chips. I want some chips.
Gil wants some chips.
They're actually what are they? Togo honey chips? Oh, if they were in the States, they would kill it.
Are these good?
Oh, honey,
Do you want me to open them?
honey tong tong,
What are they? Yeah,
honey tong tong.
honey tong tongs.
They are so good.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'm having trouble opening these.
Can you get them? You need to get to the weight room, Gary, or
Well, we've lost weight. We've been.
is that bag defeating you, Gary? Here, let Millie
I think
do it.
Millie
Let Millie
goes
do
to
it.
college. I think she'll figure it out eventually. Throw to second. You know, they don't need to be thrown to the
No.
bases right now.
Nah.
They're up to 12-0.
And curveballs and all this is out the door.
yeah,
Let's just throw fastballs and play some baseball. Come on. Let's not overthink this.
Line foul. Pass first.
Here. Oh man, I'm gonna drop it.
The United States have 2 home runs in this World Cup. Batzel and Holmes. I gotta tell you, they're pretty good. Pretty good. What was I drinking the other day against Chinese Taipei? I had that strong drink.
Sojo? Soko?
I had that soju and I was drinking it like water, and then by the end of the night, I was out of control, huh?
Oh wow, Gary.
I was pretty bad, huh? The last thing I remember is, United States celebrating after the win against Chinese Taipei 2-1. Next thing I know, I'm waking up at 6 in the morning and wondering what happened to the night. So I come back here the next day, and there are USA parents going, "That was really bad, Gary. That was pretty."
Why are you
horrible."
letting everybody know, Gary?
Because
Everybody don't need to know
it's
this.
okay.
Nobody cares
I was a little out
about
of control.
this.
Because I had a drink that was just
Nobody
too much
cares
for me.
about this though.
Oh, okay. I just, I'm trying.
Okay,
Still a
Gary.
little time.
Yes, Gary.
12-0.
It's 12-0.
But what happened with that? I can't have that drink anymore.
You've been reading
because-
that Hamilton book, haven't you?
Well, Josh Hamilton, great.
Yeah,
great
there you go. That's better. Talking about something else.
So, anyways, I've cooled it in the drinks a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
And now I've kind of gone to the soups.
To the soups.
So 2 on, 1 out.
1 to the count.
Aram the batter.
Tobias on the hill.
I like that
Young
last-
lady out of Brooklyn, New York.
She's struggling this inning. Throw to third.
Oh, she out.
And Hamilton with a great throw.
Oh, that was a horrible slide. She got hurt on the slide.
Yeah, let's take time out. I think this is gonna take some time.
Yeah, we'll come back in the bottom of the inning.
Writhing in pain.
We'll be back.
All right, no harm, no foul. Everybody's okay right now as Jessica Iwata stands in for the USA. They lead 12-0.
Jessica's from Hawaii, Gary.
That's cool.
She's from the island.
That's awesome.
I thought so.
Left field is very deep. Center field is very shallow. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's pretty good defense. And the 2 home runs that the United States have hit by Batzel and Holmes were not just didn't just sneak over the fence. They were long taters.
No, that thing cleared. That thing was on top of us so
They
fast.
went over the monster.
If it would have went right at us, it would have hit either you or me. Wouldn't have had time to get out of the way.
I wouldn't have had time. It would have hit me right in the face,
Right in the face.
which I deserve. That ball is popped up
And
to the
it's popped
catcher,
up.
and it is dropped.
Wow, another chance, another chance.
Iwata gets a new life. Leads it off here in the top of the third inning. It is the United States playing in their fourth game. They're 2-1 at the 2016 Women's World Baseball Cup.
Baseball Cup. Bang. Oh,
That's a
this
shot
one
to
could be
deep
gone.
left center field.
And, oh!
One bounced the fence.
I don't know if I got that, but I tried to catch that ball in the air. I don't know if I did.
Jessica with a stand-up double, and the United States continues their drubbing over Pakistan.
Number 8, second baseman Shelby.
That was not Jessica.
No?
No, that was Shelby.
That
hit
was
the
Shelby.
ball.
Sorry.
Oh wait, maybe it was Jessica.
Yeah, that was yeah. I saw it on the.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
My bad. I'm sorry. Oh, Shelby's up to bat now. Pay attention,
Shelby's
Gary.
batting. Yeah. Oh, Gary?
Come on, Gary. This game's important. Inquiring minds want to know.
Estacado stands up. Shelby takes strike one.
Estacado from Florida?
He says with a question mark.
I don't know. Yeah, the book
Does it say everything in the book here?
says where they're from, doesn't it? Doesn't say where they're from. Oh well.
Not the book they gave us. That ball popped into shallow
it'll
right
fall.
field,
It'll
and it
drop.
will fall. I think it hit almost the right fielder's foot. That's a force play. No, it isn't a force play. I'm screwed up. Second and third, as Shelby dives into second base in the United States, and their big-time offense in business again. Would have loved to see this kind of hitting against Australia.
Kind of hitting. That ball just dropped. It looked like Bad News Bears in their second movie when they went to the Astrodome.
How about the
Kinda
first
like
movie?
that.
How about just the first movie when they were just...
It reminded me of the second movie, the way the ball just dropped in between the players.
What was the one they went to the Houston Astrodome?
That was
the
part
third
two,
one?
yeah.
That was part two?
Third one, I think they went to Tokyo, right, or something, Japan.
Let them play.
Let them
Let
play.
them play. That's what we're trying to do with the United States, getting them into the Super Round. Let them play. Let them play. You know what? How about this for a scenario, Gil? You probably tell me to take a hike. Because of the way this has been, you got 3 2-1 teams, and one has to be eliminated only after 3 games.
Wow.
As we see a line shot foul off the bat of
A.J. Hamilton,
Hamilton, right? A.J.
the catcher.
Hamilton. Hamilton, the great Broadway play.
There you go, Gary.
Hamilton.
There you go.
What if they had 2 wild card teams in the Super?
Wild card teams.
2 wild card teams.
Gary,
And they
we're
would
out.
have-
Gary, we're
and
out.
They would have like they would.
We're
it would be
out.
the-
You're out of
it would be the
there.
Super- It would be like a Super 8 thing.
You're out.
I think it would have been better that way. And then you have the 4 teams playing
Let's see.
constellation.
Give you an idea of.
What?
Let's see if she looks over here again. Just to the age and the youth of the players.
Well, you have to be at least 16. Turn 16 by January 1st.
They may all be 16.
Yeah.
They are fired up. This is Liberty at its finest. Pakistani women playing baseball. Whoa.
Hamilton with a shot to left field, and it is caught.
Oh, nice catch.
Nice play out there by the left fielder. Good job.
Good catch. Atta girl. Wow, she caught that like nothing. Hey, they're settled into the tournament. And day one, they threw the ball in the air and celebrated.
Number 1, center fielder.
And that was Hussein Ziba Manzoor with the catch.
All right, here we go. Brittany Gomez,
Gomez is 1 for 1 in a walk.
player from Pennsylvania Rebellion. the National Pro Fast Pitch League.
13-0 USA with Brittany Gomez, leadoff batter for the United States. She plays center field. United States ripping the ball.
Ripping the ball.
Against young Pakistan.
Ripping the ball. All right, I like that.
Pretty good transportation here as we take the 182 from our 182 train from our condo and trying to pick off Hamilton and that ball going into center field. AJ easily strolls into third base. G&G with not the greatest, location. You got the big boys right over home plate. Probably have catered food and things like. We had food anyways. We're out in the left field stands with the great fans of Korea. And it's starting to get, people coming in.
Starting to get exciting.
Lights are on. It's overcast and drizzling here in South Korea. Gomez with a walk.
With a walk.
I'll tell you one thing. At 13-0, I don't want to walk if I'm hitting right now. I'm hitting everything. I'm tomahawking balls over my head. I am going to do whatever I can not to walk. Jade is 1 for 2. She tripled her last time up. Scorched one into left center field. She is the USA 18-year-old shortstop. Just enrolled in University of Texas.
Texas had a really big win this weekend.
In football.
In football, knocking off number 10 Notre Dame.
I have no idea what's going on in football these days. I think we're going to miss the NFL this weekend, unless they put it on here. Ground ball, and it's hard, and it's up the middle for a base hit. Gomez to second, and the United States with runners at first and second here in the bottom of the third inning against Pakistan. I think Megan Balsa is looking for one thing, to jack one out of here. At 13-0, she wants to take the home run lead over Holmesy right now as these two battle it out.
Well, I'm kind of feeling sorry for everybody in this consolation bracket.
Oh, she was going forward there.
Because the U.S. is going to go ahead and take their frustrations out on everybody in this bracket.
We will see a better game tomorrow. There's no question about it against the Netherlands. I'm not saying it's going to be a great game, but it'll be a better game.
It'll be a game.
And goes low. It's 1-1.
And don't forget, you can get your Women's Belonging Baseball t-shirt by simply going to their Facebook page and contacting AJ Crash Hamilton. Beautifully designed.
South Koreans love baseball and they love pop music. That ball fisted. First baseman in foul territory, in the glove and out.
She almost caught it. That catch actually gets made at the end of the movie, not at the beginning. Still the second inning. 14-0. U.S. with 10 hits, and this beautiful scoreboard we have behind us.
Thank God for the scoreboard. That ball is scorched to right field. At one bounces the fence. That was a line shot. Brittany rounds third. Jade will hold at third. It is a double for Baltzl, and the United States now leads 14-0. And there'll be many to come as the USA as Gil said, taking it out on the novice team from the Pakistan.
And Coach Pollard holding Jade at third here in this one. Coach Pollard is reminds you of that 1948 Boston Red Sox team, right, Gary?
Well, I'll tell you, what happened in 1948 was the Red Sox were supposed to throw Mel Parnell, and Joe McCarthy, I don't know, he had this kind of thing to say, okay, we're going to throw Denny Galehouse, and he wasn't really one of the in the rotation. Back of the order pitcher as this ball is lifted to deep center field. Oh, one bounces the fence again. That was Malaika Underwood. 2-run score, and the United States continue to pound the baseball.
Nice scoreboard.
5번 타자 좌익수 타마라 홈.
Well, Holmes, they said
Well,
1,000.
you're from Boston
Well, what
as
happened
well,
was
right?
they believed that.
So, isn't Coach Pollard from Boston too?
Yeah, but they
Oh,
believe
okay.
that Denny. They
So
believe that
you're all Boston Red
They
Sox
thought
fans,
Parnell
right?
or even Ellis Kender, one of the established pitchers, would pitch in the playoff game. It was a one-game playoff game between Cleveland Indians in 1948 and the Boston Red Sox. The winner of that game plays the Boston Braves in the '48 World Series. And surprisingly, Joe McCarthy comes up with Denny Galehouse as the surprise starter. He just believed that he just had an instinct and went with it. And the Indians took an early lead in that game, and the Red Sox never recovered. And there were a lot of Red Sox players very, very livid at Joe McCarthy for that decision. This ball lifted in foul territory and once again misplayed. And Tamara Holmes will get another shot. And she's looking to put one over the fence again.
There she is. Wow.
They got to work on pop-ups. They definitely got to work up on pop-ups. I'm not sure that's exactly the same thing. Every situation's a little different. I'm going back to 1948, and we were kind of. We may have just been misinformed ourselves. We went to the ballpark going, well, Jade Cortez is pitching, she's pitching, and then we didn't see her starting, and it surprised a lot of us as that ball is misplayed in right field. That'll go as an error. Malaika scores. But overall, you've got to look at that game, and it's not really. It isn't all about the starting pitching. The fielding wasn't right, what the United States usually do. The hitting was definitely off. There were no hits given up, or the no hits by the United States team after the first inning. So all in all, almost every phase of the game, the United States just didn't have it against an Australian team who played with urgency, while the United States kind of just didn't have it. And it was just too many Aussies in that game for the USA to handle. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just unfortunate that the United States will not get a shot at a medal in 2016.
Oh, taking her out.
Are they going to make a move? We don't know. The score now at 18-0. So we've got,
yeah, they're taking her out.
Yeah, that's kind of a humiliating experience to be taken out during the inning. Right fielder being taken out for Pakistan. She's had a tough time out there. She's kind of been watching the game like we have, you know, just kind of enjoying the view, but has not been able to put her glove on the ball.
There will be a change of players in Pakistan here. Right fielder, Humaira Khan.
Yeah, it does sound like a football game, 18-0. I think I'm going to miss the first New England Patriots game as they open up against the Phoenix Cardinals in Game 1. That will be without Tom Brady. Jimmy Garofalo will be in for Tom Brady the first 4 games, all based on the Deflategate suspension. And we don't need to talk go into detail about that. We're here at the 2016 World Cup, and delaying the game right now is USA really doing what we expected. They have 13 hits in the game. They've walked 6 times. They have 18 runs. Pakistan with 1 error and a lot of missed plays. Is that me? Might change. Might change all over the place.
Dropping your money.
I got a 500 here.
Oh, that one's mine.
That's okay. It's if it's brown, it's kind of yeah. These are only like worth. These are pennies. But thanks for joining our broadcast, and thanks for supporting women's baseball, because even without the United States, as Gil alluded to, without winning a gold medal or winning any kind of a medal, it's showing that a lot of countries have caught up to the United States. We're seeing a lot of parity now. We're seeing teams like the Netherlands get better. Obviously, Chinese Taipei may be in the gold medal game. I mean, they beat Australia. Australia beat the United States. So there's a lot of up-and-coming teams, and we'll just have to see what happens. This is definitely a blow to the USA women's baseball program, no question about it. And it has definitely sent shockwaves throughout the sports community, who expected big things out of Team USA here in 2016. Once again, can still come away with a 6-1 record. They've got 4 games to go, including this one. This one obviously in hand at 18-0. This is Kelsey Whitmore, who started in left field against Hong Kong and also against Chinese Taipei. Started on the mound and was DH'd for in Game 3 against Australia. That was the tough loss. Now she's back in right field, I should say back in the offensive lineup for Team USA. She'll be playing softball for Cal State Fullerton in the 2016-17 campaign. Guess their regular season gets going in 2017. And she walks again. That's first and second for Team USA. Gil, how long are we going to go on this one?
We could probably step out now. It's 18-0, and we'll come back at the end of the game.
Let's do that.
Looks like somebody's getting up in the bullpen. I think they're going to warm up a relief pitcher.
Oh, you got Sanders?
That must be new. Warming up relief pitchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
must be new.
We got at least Fulmer in there.
Yeah. We'll see y'all later. See you at the end of the game.
Bye, Millie. All right, we're just kind of skipping around. United States now leads by 3 touchdowns, Gil, 21-0.
3 touchdowns.
Jade's 2 for 3, and she's batting right here. And she's hot with the bat, and she's got a couple of ducks out there at first and second. The pitch just missed. 1-0. We don't really want Jade to walk here. We really don't want anyone to walk. All right. Nayab, the pitcher, has thrown over 101 pitches, and she's still in the bottom of the second. So if I do my math correctly, that would be about, if you win 7 innings, that would be 350 pitches.
Assuming this is her last batter.
Yeah, she's at 102 right now. But she doesn't throw that hard. She's not feeling anything. Easy for me to say. The pitch. She is
the middle again.
Smoking. 1 to center field. Bases loaded. JP holding the runner up. And that was for fair play, sportsmanship. Could have sent her, but at 21-0. with 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points. The United States, no need to do that. Baltzell will bat right now, and what are we going to do, Gil? We're going to stick it out here against Baltzell.
Stick it out and see if we can get here.
See if we can get a home run. There's a pitching change.
Oh, pitching change. We'll be back.
Bye-bye.